What's up guys, this is Rise and welcome to another video. We are doing Spicy Saturday on a Sunday. Second time we've done a Spicy Sunday because we missed it the day prior. I am really looking forward to this video. I've been looking forward to a while because it features Shadow Golduck. Now this Pokemon, don't necessarily recommend it if you're trying to climb elo points, but we're shown today by 5MG Matthew. It has a lot of play. Hope you guys enjoy. Also, to address yesterday's video, the Payback Machamp one for Community Day, I saw all the comments. I was listening to you guys because we're a community, and a lot of people were upset because they think the person that submitted was a spoofer. There was a cover up on the screen which looked to obviously be hiding some sort of like GPS button. So if that person was indeed a spoofer, apologies. I never want to highlight them. I'm very against spoofing in this game. I've had like spoofing app companies reach out to me to pay me a bunch of money for advertisements. I'm like, no, I would never do that. So I'm very against it. The only way I can see it is if, let's say, you live in like a very remote place, like a small town in Iceland or like Alaska. I know there's like the northernmost city in the U.S. There's a small town in Alaska. Anyway, a really small town where there's no stops, no spawns. Then I could see a reason for someone to use it, but I still don't think they should be allowed then to play in like tournaments or anything competitively, because they definitely are using an unfair advantage. But nevertheless, hope we just clear that up so I can address that, since some people were upset about that in the last video, and we get that out of the way. Now, let's have some fun with Shadow Golduck. Let's go to the battles. All right, here we go. 5MG Matthew is the person that sent these in. These are in rank 17, but they were a lot earlier in the season, so I'm sure Matthew is a much higher rank than this now, and you're gonna see him get a few fortunate leads with this team, but he also has some really nice plays. I watched these quickly through before I made this video. Usually I just am reacting with you, but I did a quick walkthrough, so it's my second time watching these, and we're gonna see how it plays out. The Whiscash is staying in against the Chestnut, which means his team must be really weak to grass, because otherwise you would want to get out of there right away. He does get baited with the Mud Bomb, which is not ideal, so I would definitely shield this expecting the Blizzard. He shields at the last second. It is indeed a Blizzard. Whiscash gets energy so fast, sometimes you're not expecting it. And in comes a Bastiodon, and like Bastiodon does not have a good matchup here. So I'm thinking like, what the heck? He's gonna get off 2 superpowers. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Only 1 shield left. Gets the last shield, gonna switch out, which I really like, and draws out an Alolan Raichu. And the Alolan Raichu gets a little greedy in overfarms. Definitely had enough for a Thunder Punch or a Wild Charge there. It actually threw 4 Volt Switches, but it gets greedy, gets taken out by that Ice Beam. The Bastiodon is like, we've had enough. Shadow Golduck sweeping on the switch-in. 3-balled him. GG. So you see Shadow Golduck running Water Gun, Cross Chop, Ice Beam. You can also run, I think, Bubble Beam, Psychic, or Synchronoise. It has a lot of charge move options, so I think you could consider running Psychic as well for a little more coverage instead of Ice Beam. But anyway, in a pretty good lead here against the Azumarill, going straight for the Energy Ball. Has to watch out for an Ice Beam or a Play Rough. Both would hit for super effective. Gonna catch the move. That was 6 bubbles though, so this might be a Play Rough, and it is, so that's still gonna really chunk the Golduck. As you see, it's not a great matchup here for Golduck, and he knows he just wants to get off a move before the Azu, so he's going to go for Cross Chop, do some chip. Actually got a shield, probably because the Azu had no idea what to expect. The opponent's like, I have no idea what he's going to hit me with. Could this be like a Grass Knot or something crazy? Sometimes Psychic Pokemon, well, Golduck's actually pure water, but it has like kind of a Psychic theme to it, I guess, so it has like some Psychic moves. Gonna throw the Energy Ball, take out the Azu. In comes an AWAC, and yeah, nice job switching right away to avoid taking any damage unnecessarily on the Chestnut. He's got a Kanto Raichu in back. That's gonna put in some work. Definitely I would shield this. Go for the Volt Switch down if you can. It is a Shadow Bone, which is really nice, because now Marowak might not get to another move, just barely didn't. And what's in back? It's a Lapras. Oh my goodness. Not gonna appreciate this Wild Charge. One of the hardest hitting electric moves in the game. Nearly one-shots a tanky Lapras from full health. That is crazy. Kanto Raichu putting in work. Golduck grabbed a shield on the Azu from a cross chop, which was pretty crazy. And I think the opponent had no idea what was coming, so that's why they shielded. 60S Assassin is the next opponent. And once again, this was a lot earlier in the season. I've been waiting on this video for a while, so I'm sure Matthew, if you're here, you can comment like what rank you're at now if you want. Another great lead against a Swampert. In comes Whack, and now we see Golduck shine. And yeah, probably worth shielding once. Unlikely they're gonna bait in this scenario, but Shadow Bone would definitely hurt. Unfortunately, you don't have like a water charge move. This is where Bubble Beam would be kind of nice because you could probably Bubble Beam and farm down. But he's going to go for an Ice Beam, and then he's able to farm down. Just doesn't have a lot of residual energy. In comes Swampert, and Swampert beats it to a move, but this probably won't KO. It'll put it pretty low since Hydro Cannons hit so hard. Yeah, it puts it really low. Just barely doesn't KO. I actually beat Valor Ash on off stream last night because I landed a Hydro Cannon in the end on his Venusaur, and it did so much damage. Like it did like 33% or something. But anyway, back to business. Kanto Raichu, probably shield. Yeah, oh my god, yeah, they went for the Brave Bird. That's kind of like a win condition. It's like I have to somehow land a Brave Bird here maybe to have a chance. So a good job playing it safe, and it pays off. Now Raichu leaves this with a ton of energy. Also a nice job throwing this Wild Charge right away. This still really hurts even though it's resisted. People don't like to shield their Swamperts from Wild Charges, and they really hurt. So definitely something that you might want to consider shield. I guess he couldn't really shield though because the Chestnut in back would have just energy balled him. So GG, nicely done from 5MG Matthew. Transitioning into the next game, Lord Rafa. You can tell maybe Matthew has a high hidden elo back then because he's playing against a rank 19 when he's only 17. Not a good lead, but has to stay in for now because he doesn't really have an answer for this thing. Abomasnow's unique ice grass typing has it cover a lot of different things, so doesn't really have an answer for an Abomasnow. So he gets the shield, and then his opponent, like, yeah, this is probably like his better answer for a Raichu. So he's just like, all right, I'll stay in. Shields the Raichu. In comes a DD. How the heck does he pull this one off? I forget. This seems like a pretty tough situation to come back from. I'm gonna get off 2 charges. Nice. Maybe you get the second shield here, so the opponent can retain switch. Ooh, now do you get countered down? Oh, it was CMP. At least that's a little bit better, because the Deoxys definitely could have farmed up a lot of energy there. And then you water gun down. Yeah, water gun down. Have the cross chop ready for the Abomasnow. Shields are down. What comes in? Oh, that's right, an Azu comes in. And he was gonna throw, but he made a nice decision at the very end. But this is so unfortunate because he beats the Abomasnow to the superpower, so he's gonna take it out, but the Azu had a few bubbles head start, and it's going to get to an Ice Beam here or a Play Rough, which will both take out the Chestnut. Ice Beam, super effective, and unfortunately, maybe if the Golduck had Psychic, he would have still had a chance, like a Psychic and then a Cross Chop. But no, everything was resisted, and Azu was super tanky, so Azu was going to be able to take like 2 Ice Beams from that range. So unfortunately, that's his first loss though, and Golduck has been putting in some work. If he was a little quicker on the switch, he might have still had a chance, actually. Okay. Melmetal, pretty good lead. Because Melmetal has to debuff itself just to do neutral damage. So yeah, I wouldn't shield. I'd force him to throw the debuff. And he calls it. Nice. Rock Slide resisted by the fighting typing. Going straight for the superpower. He built up to 2. And this will do a lot. Oh my goodness. It one-shots the Melmetal. Oh my. Okay, so I loved this play. Once again, I watched these battles once through earlier. This was an absolutely amazing play. Switching into your softer counter to the Charizard, the Raichu, which still has a good matchup. And then you lure this thing out, and now Golduck is going to completely avoid this Shiftry, and your Chestnut can come in and yeah, really nice overfarm there too. That was super close. I probably wouldn't have gambled like that. But now your Chestnut can come in if this takes out the Raichu. Leaf Blade probably KOs from here since Raichu's kind of squishy, and so is Shiftry. And then you have the superpower loaded. You take out the Shiftry, you switch into Golduck, and it's GG's against the Charizard in back. Very nicely done. If he stays in, guys, with his Chestnut and allows the Charizard to farm him down just so he can maybe get like a superpower or an energy ball off, puts him in a really tough situation, because then he would have come in with Golduck and they would have switched into Shiftry, and he would have had to switch into Raichu, I guess. And then the opponent would have realized that just Shiftry was kind of the answer for the whole line. So really nice switch out to preserve the Chestnut and lure out the counter. That looks like it's it. Thank you very much, Matthew, for the submissions. If you guys enjoyed this content with Shadow Golduck, I would appreciate a like. Subscribe if you feel like it. Share it with your friends. Comment down below. And also, looking forward to a double upload later tonight. I am going to do part 2 of the Team USA versus UK Gym Breakers World Cup final, so stay tuned for that. Some really high-level battles, and then we'll have part 3, which will be the final part later this week, where we go into the decisive games to decide who ended up winning the World Cup. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.